why you're not having a problem.
May I ask another question? What do we do about the dumpster rooms to seal them, the rats from coming in? I know on some buildings we sealed off the area, but the other buildings have the roll-up doors and the rats can still get in there. What do we do about that?
On your building, have you seen the new one on your building? Have you seen the new one on your building?
Yeah. We're fine. We don't have any more rats inside the door. But how about the other 10 buildings?
When we can afford to do more of those, I would recommend, suggest we do.
Well, actually, at this time, the only other building we had some problems with, which seems to be under control, is the Zurich.
But the rats still can get in there. You let them in there wide open.
We still have rats in that one apartment.
George?
Thanks.
The control the rats for the buildings, you have to remember, it's coming from outside. See, we don't have any rats around the boxes we have around. It's not take care. The rats, they try and find food inside the buildings. In this case, is too many people, they come in open the access to the buildings. They like it like a patios. They don't have a screen, they broken the screen, nobody take care of the rats. They come in, I prove already, they come into rats in the one apartment, I say 1X. We find a hole in there, they make a holes. What we do in there is we patch the hole, we stop them coming in, the rats inside. Now this building is complete. I don't see no more rats. The last one we catch is 2 days ago. But very important is, I'm telling you right now, is you have to control the rats from outside. These boxes you see around the building, we have to, I put in the bait every month, but the rats they eat every day. You fill it up with when they eat it, they go away and they go in the water, they die. That's we have to do that. Another thing, we start to teach the people. We can put live food in the trash. Everybody, they put chickens, they put a live food for after the bath. 2 days, nobody uses it, they put in the bag, they shoot in there. That food is dangerous, not only for rats, they have pests, mosquitoes, and roaches. We have to educate to the people around these problems, where I have problems. First of all, the dumpsters. When they told me somebody, my hallway smelling a stick. It's not good. What I say is coming from the dumpster. The dumpster we don't empty every day. The dumpster we empty twice per week. We try the best to clean it up and wash it out with water and put it back. But remember, 2 days take it out the garbage. We have 5 days to stay in there, the garbage. That's the cause problem. We have to educate the people. Don't buy plastic, complete sealed, and put in the dumpster. What the people use now? They use a chopping bags for the Publix, for the Walmart. This is not secure. Anything go inside is broken complete. Everything is disgusting inside. Okay? We need to help everybody in this place. We keep the mosquitoes, any roaches and rats. We have to take care with the dumpster.
Well, you know what, in the cabana over here, I own a cabana here, and that garbage never gets picked up. And there's all kind of garbage and rats and all kind of rodents and everything constantly climbing over there. So you have to really clean up over there.
Okay.
There are a lot of areas where you do not
we pick up the garbage in the cabana every day.
I don't know.
7 days a week.
Weekend. I have
Okay,
that.
7 days a week. Every day we pick up the garbage in there. Now, we don't pick up any 5 minutes, every 30 minutes. We go in the morning, we pull it up. Next day, we pull it up again. Okay, you have to understand, we don't have service. I like to do that, but I don't can.
Thank you. Thank you, George.
You're welcome. One thing I noted, just after a comment, the wastebaskets in the mailrooms. No matter how much we try to educate people that that's not a garbage can, it's disgusting. It really is. And my thought was, you can't stop these ignorant people from ruining something for everybody, but the least we can do is have a different type of container. Okay? I don't know why we cannot, in the mailroom, have the type of tall containers that we have here around the clubhouse.
I don't know about yours, but ours.
Well, we don't. We have little open waste baskets.
Well, we don't have room to put a big one in there, and now we just encourage them. They put their huge garbage bag on top.
Well, it's usually the people, you know, it has to be the people on the first floor because they don't want to go upstairs to the second floor to use but at least to have a closed container will help a little bit. You're not going to re-educate stupid people, all right? Or pigs. And that's what we have. So the least you can do is try to mitigate the damage by having a better type of container. So we really should look into that. And put in the best type of container that the area will accommodate.
Hidden cameras are watching you. That's right.
That is going to be a great thing. That's going to be a very great thing.
Now I have a question.
I have a question.
Excuse me, go ahead. Again.
What about termites? How are we handling the termites?
Termites would be a separate contract. This is just basic external.
Okay, will that be?
They also offer the
That would be plywood and subterranean?
yes, and they offer the service, and that would be also something we can ask them to give us a better price.
What was it you wanted to say?
Okay, I
Ma'am?
want to know, did Truly Nolan put in a contract for all the buildings?
Truly Nolan put in the contract for what they're doing right now.
I mean, did you ask them for a contract for all the buildings? I mean, to give them.
I sent out a request for the same service that I've got getting right now. I sent it out, but I didn't send it to Terminex because we already have it. We sent it out to Truly, to Massey, and Orchid.
So they were asked to bid on the job,
They
yes.
asked bid on all the buildings?
On the service, the weekly service that
Yes.
Now, Mark, I understand that the ranch that they have some kind of monitoring system.
this is Orchid. Orchid comes with they will install a tracking barcode system on their traps, rodent traps. And basically, whenever the technician comes, he scans it. So the association can download a report to see where they're going, where they service, how many times they had to put bait into it. So you get an idea of the movement of the rodents. And basically, the thinking behind it is for the next season, because it's a seasonal rodent problem we've got. You'll know which buildings to attack and bait before the season starts to retard bait.
When is the rat season?
Around here, it seems like every.
Well, Howard,
You're on the canal.
they give you an option here for mosquito
Yes.
treatment.
And
Are we gonna take that?
it is entirely, I mean, it's within our budget, but it's entirely up to you.
The mosquito is very important. The mosquito is help to us,
Especially where
and
it's.
especially when it's raining, when it's
That was
wet.
between June and October.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
right.
it
Now's the time to do it, so why don't we include that in this?
It is included with Orchid Clean.
Well, I put it here for.
Included, and what's the price?
It's $332 a month.
So it's included, okay.
Well, no, it's not. It's $332 a month for 6 months if you need it, if you want. So it'll be $1,800 a year, more or less.
Included in this contract.
No, that's a separate contract. The contract that's for exterminating is $11,000.
Separate contract
If you want this extra service, it's $332 a month.
We did vote on that tonight?
It's entirely up to the board.
Howard, the $24,000, you're saying, if I understand you correctly, that's for exterminating,
Only.
and Orchid is giving you the same service for $11,000.
Correct.
Correct.
So that's not.
Wow, that's strange. That's very strange.
For half of what it's costing us now.
Less than half. That's less than half.
Less than half, you're right.
Yeah, that's strange. I don't understand that. Something
Very
something
good.
doesn't sit right.
Okay.
Jerry?
I got home Sunday night, and you know the rubber mat in the back door was rolled up and shoved in the door, and this is another way that rats and and other critters are getting in the buildings. You've got to take those locks off the back doors, leave the one on the far end of the Bordeaux building where we have security problems, but the rest of the buildings, the rest of the back doors, take those locks off the doors, because people are going to continue propping those doors open with all sorts of things, and this is how rats and other critters get in the buildings.
All right, we have may we have a motion to accept the extermination proposal from Orkin, as well as the extra mosquito protection plan?
For what price?
I'll make a motion to accept the
$11,000.
For the extermination, and $332 a month for the mosquito, from June to October.
That's right here. That's why I gave you guys
So we have the motion on the floor, and by Paul, and seconded by Mr. Schenkel. So the motion is to accept the proposal.
Is it approved by all?
Motion to accept the proposal from Orkin
Approved Orkin exterminating company.
for the extermination contract and mosquito program.
And it's $11,000 per year.
$11,000 per year for the extermination and $332 a month for the mosquito service. And it has been seconded by Mr. Schenkel. Are there any objections?
Good, and what's the 332 for mosquitoes?
$332 per month for those few months for the mosquitoes. 6 months.
During the summer months, that's right.
Okay. Are there any objections?
This is a question. Is there room for any questions on the...
I'm so sorry.
on the floor?
What?
Okay. Have you made an exact comparison between the two prices?
Yes.
How can it possibly be half price?
The proposals are all, well, the board have them.
The proposals are the same.
Basically, they will give you the same service like you're experiencing right now, which is what we try to keep
For half price?
for this price. Now, these contracts can be terminated in 30 days, so if they do not perform, we go on to get another one.
It seems inconceivable to me.
No, it means that when you use one company for all of your service, you get a better price than when you're using two companies that are duplicating services.
That's why I asked if you had contracts.
Absolutely.
If they had contracts for all of them.
That's right. That's what they were asked for. So the motion has been made and seconded. Are there any objections? Unanimously passed.
Okay. Something else out of the way. And now we come to new business.
I think we've already discussed the amendments correction, I believe.
Just a reschedule.
Pardon?
Reschedule.
Oh, we have to, yeah, we have to reschedule the membership meeting. And so may we have a motion, please, to schedule the membership meeting to vote on the amendments to the condo docs and the bylaws for July 14th at 7:30 p.m.
I make a motion to set the membership meeting to vote on amendments to the bylaws and condo docs for
July
July
4th.
14th, 7:30 p.m.
Thank you. Is there a second? Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Schenkel.
Amendments to the bylaws and condo docs.
I would like to say that that date may be too early. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That date may be too early. You have to, our condo docs say you have to send the documents out no longer than 30 days before and no less than 14 days. If you want to get a lot of people to respond, you're going to have to send it close to 30 days out. So now you're setting it for the 24th. Today's the 16th.
No, we're setting it for the 14th of July.
14th.
14th of July.
That's no good. Absolutely no good. You've got to go into August. You've got to go into August because
When will the packet be mailed out, Howard?
I'm not satisfied with these amendments.
When will it be mailed out?
I'm telling you right now, I'd like it in the record that I'm objecting to the amendments as they're written. And
The amendments were approved by the board at a previous meeting, so I'm sorry.
If you do whatever you want, I'm telling you, these should not go out. If they do go out, they may come back again. I warned you the first time, you didn't listen to me. I warned you a second time, a third time, you didn't listen to any lawyers.
What are you suggesting? What are you suggesting?
What are you suggesting, Mr.
More
Samuel?
time is what he suggested.
No.
More time for what?
I'm not talking about time. He's talking about correcting
I
them,
submitted all
right?
my letters to the board.
I say you're talking about correcting
Did you
them.
hear me?
Are you talking about correcting them
Yes.
before they go
I
out?
submitted it to the board, they didn't respond,
Yes.
and they didn't.
These amendments were approved by the board previously, specifically approved by the board.
I'm not voting for that date, you pick that.
What
date.
date would you like?
Whatever.
Would you like a date or you don't want a date? What date
August
would you like?
15th.
No.
What, August 15th? Would you be happy with August 15th?
Yeah, give you
No,
time.
because then we'd have to delay mailing out until July. You know, we can't mail it out earlier than 30 days.
They'll not now, they're gonna come back, just like they warned you the other two. We're telling you right here officially.
Are you board members or what are you?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? We wanna keep the
What are
rules
you
straight.
warning about?
We're warning.
What are you warning? Yes, what is your warning?
What is going to
I'll
come
tell you,
back?
put it in mind.
What is your warning?
No, it's very simple.
He's warning you that these
Okay,
amendments
stop.
will not pass the way they are.
Why will they not
The
pass?
amendments that you gave me tonight,
Yes.
they're faulty. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Now you take it from there.
Well, the board has approved all previously.
I'm not gonna tell you anymore, because I.
Just a minute, just a minute.
Let's not do what you want. But when you
Yes,
have to send
be quiet.
them, when you have to send them another letter to throw them in the garbage, you can pay for the mailing too.
These amendments were presented to the board at a regular meeting. The amendments were discussed thoroughly at a board meeting. The amendments, because Mr. Samuels insisted that they be approved before they be sent out to the membership, the amendments were specifically approved, item by item, by the board at a regular meeting of the board. If they were faulty, then there was no objection for Mr. Samuels. I don't
What is,
believe.
I want to know what is faulty now.
Oh, he can't tell you. He can't tell you. He can only tell you they're faulty.
I wrote the board.
Tell you later.
There's about 20 items.
What was wrong with the first amendments? And they didn't
Were you
listen.
not there when they approved the?
Yes,
No,
it
I
was.
said
Before I got the
we only
meeting,
approved
we had
sending
a
amendments. We
Yeah,
didn't approve
they
the
deliberately boycotted the meeting.
Like a lawyer.
Hold it, let me answer that.
Yeah, they boycotted the meeting, didn't they?
We voted, when I complained about the amendments were wrong, I said, we have to postpone this, and the motion on the board at that time was send them to, we vote to send them to the attorney, subject to the attorney's approval. And I voted no on that, Stuart voted no, because we have to look at the final result before we send it to the people. The attorney was doing it wrong. They said no. That's
You know
why-
more than the attorney. Is that what you're
This
saying?
particular
Always.
attorney,
But
yes.
the
Is that what
point
you're
is,
saying? Is that what
that
you're saying? Wait, is that what you're
In
saying?
this particular
You know
case,
more
yes.
than the attorney.
Yes, this attorney
That's
was
what you're
yes.
saying. I just wanted to hear.
Yeah,
that.
we're saying
Yes,
that.
Okay.
And we proved to be right.
This attorney that was
He
here.
admitted it.
No, he didn't. He
No,
said
he didn't.
an abundance of caution because we got two guys like you to
That's
deal with.
BS and you know it.
Jerry, we took the document down to the condo division.
Right.
Oh, you did not.
Before we opened our mouth.
You
You
did
want us
not.
all night, you wanna come with us and we'll meet the man we spoke with? What are you kidding?
And this particular document was correct and was substantially conformed to the law. He said, no, it's illegal. End of story. Who did you speak to?
He's only talking about the proxy, not the amendments to begin with. Okay?
You can
The
do
proxy.
it for yourself.
He was-
Go
The
there.
only thing that he objected to was the proxy. That's all it was objected to, the proxy, not the amendments.
That's all.
select board meeting when we had the amendment discussion.
We didn't boycott anything.
No.
I found them faulty, and I said, we have to have the final look before we send them.
You weren't here.
Please, they voted to say, they voted to send it to the attorney, subject to the attorney's approval. We voted no. That was the mistake. They should have gotten this back before they approved to send it. They want to send this out now? Go ahead.
You're more
Okay, now, just a minute, please.
You are more of the authority than the attorney.
Yes, I want this to stop right now, please. We have a motion
Go do
before
it.
the
Do
board.
what you want. You'll have
And
to,
we will.
and you'll have to do it again. No problem. No problem for us. Go ahead. Put this in.
We have a motion to accept, I'm so sorry. Motion to schedule the meeting of,
July 14th.
will you please call the roll on the motion?
No.
Michael.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Good luck. Another $2,000 grant.
The motion is passed by a majority of the members present.
They voted.
Okay, we're not finished just yet.
I'll stop it. We have an item on the board.
Because they don't even email us, they have secret meetings.
Okay.
Please.
The next item on the agenda.
We told them it's not gonna pass.
Sure. The next item on the agenda is a request from a unit owner and to waive some fees. Now, the only reason this has come to the board, and I just realized what was going on. It seems as though this unit owner was almost in foreclosure. On reviewing her files, and we had to go back into Continental's files, which we finally got hold of last week. It seems as though Continental has been charging this young lady late fees from March of 2006. She had late fees coming all the way through. She was never sent to the attorney or anything of that sort. We took over last May, and obviously a balance was brought forward. She kept on paying on a regular basis, but because we had that delinquent amount coming over from Continental, we kept on charging her a delinquency fee. And that came to a head when she actually was sent to the attorney by us, and she came to me to plead her case. Okay, what it turns out to be, during the Continental days, just in late fees, this has nothing to do with maintenance or special assessments or anything else, just late fees. She accumulated $525 in late fees. When we took over, because we saw that $525, we kept after her for that. Under our time, there is additional $450 in late fees. Now, this young lady has fallen upon hard times, and she's pleaded her case. Basically, she's willing to pay. She owes a little maintenance right now for 2 months. She's willing to pay it off. She brought us a check. I told her we'll hold the check until the board makes a decision. I've stopped the attorney from going forward with any further actions until we can clear this up. And basically, she's asking the board to waive the $975 of late fees that has accumulated on her account. It's unfortunate, but it's just one of those things that fell through the cracks with Continental and then with us.
I make a motion, we waive those late fees.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you.
Wait, the late fees.
Oh, okay. We need a roll call.
So we have a motion made by Mr. Samuels, seconded by Mr. Wolf,
Anyone against it?
to waive the late fees for
$975.
$175.
And I've got the unit information, which is Actually, you should put it in the front. Yes, put it in the front.
Any objection?
Are there any objections?
No, I have a question.
There, you just put it there.
Is it on this? Is it on the late thing?
I want to know, what is the association? Have we been paying Marshall fees or? What's the story on it?
No, we're not talking about attorney.
No, this is just
Just
our fee, our.
So we don't actually expect.
Exactly, no.
Are there any objections? No objections. No objections, unanimous, we pass.
Okay. The next item would be good and welfare, but I'm sure we went through most of it. Is there anything? Yeah.
I can't resist the microphone calls. I just want to, again, it's redundant, but we need money, we're canceling bingo and all this other stuff, and there's a $280,000 fund out there. All this money that we paid for units after this hurricane that we shouldn't have, and it's just out there waiting to be collected. And somehow everybody seems to forget. I don't know what the action is that's necessary to make it go forward so that we could possibly collect all or some of that money. So I'm just here as a reminder each time I'm here. That'll be my job. Thank you.
Well, this would probably be a good time for Mr. Samuels to explain why we would be making $1 million mistake if we went
I'd
down
love to hear that. I'd love to hear that. I've heard that. I even have it on my...
Well, no, why don't we let him explain?
I agree. I'd love to hear that.
What would be the $1 million mistake if we go after these, attempt to collect some of the funds that were spent on these apartments?
Because we already got the money.
Who have you been talking to, Joe Berger?
All right, I'll tell you. We shouldn't have spent that money in the apartments because the law said don't do it. However, Bradley Wright was in there while the present leadership was in power, and they permitted him to do that. Okay, let me finish. It was wrong. Bradley Wright's son, Sean, was paid about $240,000 to do the work on the interior of the Heidelberg and some other buildings. There are about 70 unit owners who had some work done inside their apartment that was not the association's responsibility. About 100, 70 to 100. Now, we had a lawsuit against Pegasus for his negligence. The attorney, Levy Stearns, made a claim of $4 million. We asked him why he was making $4 million. He says, you got to start high. I said, what actually did you submit to the insurance company, to the Mercury, for Pegasus' attorney, as documentation of our losses that qualify us for $4 million? He said, we only submitted $240,000. The bills that were given to Mr. Garrity totaled $240,000. They were comprised 100% of the work done to the interior